Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between towering mountains, there lived a wise Zen master named Hoshin. His reputation for wisdom and tranquility spread far and wide, and people traveled from distant lands to seek his guidance. One day, a young man named Kaito, burdened by the weight of his past, arrived at the master's doorstep. Kaito was troubled. His heart was heavy with regrets, disappointments, and the pain of losses he couldn't let go of. He carried the memories of these experiences as though they were stones in a sack slung over his shoulder. Each step in life felt harder than the last, the burden growing heavier with time. Hoshin welcomed Kaito with a warm smile and invited him to sit by the small pond in his garden. The master sat quietly for a moment before speaking. "Tell me, young one, what is it that troubles you?" Kaito sighed deeply and began to recount the stories of his past. The mistakes he made, the opportunities he missed, the people he lost, and the anger he still harbored. With each story, his voice grew heavier, and his shoulders slumped under the invisible weight. Hoshin listened patiently, never interrupting. When Kaito had finished, he simply nodded and said, "Come with me." The master led Kaito to the base of a steep mountain path. At the foot of the path, there was a large stone, round and smooth. Hoshin pointed to it and said, "Lift that stone." Kaito, though puzzled, obeyed. He struggled but managed to hoist the heavy stone into his arms. It was much heavier than he expected. "Now, carry it to the top of the mountain," Hoshin instructed. Kaito looked at the steep path ahead and felt a surge of frustration. "This stone is too heavy," he protested. "I can't carry it up the mountain." Hoshin smiled gently. "Yet, you carry the weight of your past every day, Kaito. Why not set it down?" Kaito stood frozen in place, the stone growing heavier with each passing second. It was then that he realized the lesson. The stone was no different from the burdens he carried in his heart. They were heavy because he chose to carry them, clinging to them out of fear, guilt, and sorrow. With a deep breath, Kaito slowly lowered the stone to the ground. As he released it, he felt a strange sensation of lightness in his heart. The weight that had once pressed upon him, that made each step in life so difficult, began to lift. Hoshin turned to Kaito and said, "Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or denying the past. It means acknowledging it, learning from it, and then setting it down so you can move forward freely." The young man nodded, understanding dawning upon him. "But how do I truly let go?" he asked. The master picked up a small pebble and tossed it into the pond. They both watched as the ripples spread out and gradually faded away. Like the ripples on the water, the past will fade when you no longer hold on to it. Focus on the present moment, Kaito. The only true freedom lies in the now. Kaito smiled, feeling a newfound sense of peace. He knew that the journey to let go would take time, but the first step was understanding that he had the power to release the weight he carried. Letting go is an act of self-compassion and strength, not a sign of weakness. It's about recognizing that the burdens of the past no longer serve you and choosing to live in the present moment. When you let go, you create space for growth, joy, and new opportunities. Just as you wouldn't carry a heavy stone up a mountain when it weighs you down, you shouldn't carry the weight of the past when it hinders your progress. True freedom comes from embracing the present and allowing the past to remain where it belongs, in the past. The end. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you again next time.